Good morning, Dave Goyce, aka Comerica Muscle, and I'm on my way to drive to the gym to meet up with my friend Sabrina Keeigley, which we're gonna do a quick interview with, maybe do some shoulders. This episode is brought to you by IronMag Labs and Muscle Gels. Told you guys in my debut episode, I'm gonna do a bunch of different kind of shit, man. Interviews, workouts, you'll see my body transformation. I really wasn't planning on doing some workouts, but you know, this is part of it, doing the interview with her. Now, I've known Sabrina since the Olympia. I met her at the Mr. Olympia. We were sitting at the Alligator Bar, and I got to know her. She lives here in California. She's in Orange County. I'm here in LA. So we've worked out a couple of times together, so now she's gonna come down to my gym, Dave Fish's Powerhouse Gym in Torrance, and we're gonna hit some shoulders together. Now, don't mind me, I'm actually driving while I'm doing this, which is a big asshole move. Don't ever fucking record at 5 in the morning driving next to some asshole. But anyways, I haven't had my cup of coffee yet, so bear with me, guys. Sabrina's a sweetheart. You'll get to see. She's a figure competitor for the NPC. She's a vet, and she's a single mother of 2 awesome boys. So I'm hoping she brings Tristan along. I've worked out with Tristan before. Tristan reminds me of my son big time, so I really like that kid. I enjoy his company. He's an uber nerd like me. We're both into fantasy and all that good shit, so we had a lot to talk about and bond over. Good guy. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put this interview over on here on IronMag Labs and then over to Comerica Muscle, or to put it on my secondary channel with Kevin the Black from Toro Fitness, Roughhouse TV, because we do a lot of interviews at Roughhouse TV. But I decided I really want to show you the diversity of Superhero Strong, and no better person to do this with than Sabrina. She's gone through a lot. She has a lot of trials and tribulations, and I want her to tell you guys her story. Again, she's a figure competitor for the NPC, awesome person, and next time you guys see me, you'll see Sabrina. Hey guys, this is Dave Goyce, aka Comerica Muscle, with another episode of Superhero Strong here on IronMag Labs, brought to you by Muscle Gels, with the lovely Sabrina Keeigley.
Lovely after workout.
After workout, yes. We actually worked out before, but you'll be seeing a lot of B footage, it's okay. What got you into your competition?
Honestly, competing for me was a way to push myself towards maintaining and gaining a better physique after weight loss. So it was suggested to me by a weight loss coach if I had considered ever competing. And I was like, well, what do you mean competing? And he said, you know, bikini or figure. I'm like, wait, you said bikini. You mean like in public? And his response was, oh yeah. And at the time I was 150 pounds. I'd lost 20 pounds. And I was like, So a couple months later, he asked me again, had you considered competing? I said, yeah, I looked that up. That's not me. And then all of a sudden I was like, I can do that. And because I had always been the smart girl and judged by my character and my intelligence, and the idea of letting somebody judge me by my body freaked me out. One thing you guys don't know about her, she really is an uber nerd. I think I said that in the intro in my car, but I said it in a good way because you read Dragonlance like your son, you play video games. Wow, baby.
She's an uber nerd, so you guys definitely go and follow her. What do you do for work?
I am a veterinarian and medical director at my hospital.
Yeah, that's exactly how I met her. I told you guys earlier, we met at the Alligator Bar at the Olympia, and then we got to talking about our dogs. And she's very highly intelligent. So if you're in Orange County, I don't know if I want to give out where you work or anything like that.
It'd be easy to find me from my name.
Oh, okay.
To be honest.
Okay, well.
It doesn't matter.
Just don't stalk her.
Don't stalk me. I don't like that shit.
But definitely follow her on Instagram. No. Now, how many competitions have you done so far? 8. Let's talk about your knee.
Okay.
Because right now I know you're going through knee problems. So explain to them what happened with your knee.
So this is a poor West Virginia girl story. So I grew up in West Virginia on a little street, dead end, next to, no joke, next to a cemetery, over the railroad tracks by the river, not making it up. Anyway, we didn't have much money, and I had fallen when I was 15 and hurt my knee. I told my mom, and she's like, because I was the child always in the emergency room anyway, I wasn't bleeding, I didn't look like I was dying. She's like, you're fine. No, Mom, this really hurts. You're fine. A month later, she finally took me to the doctor. Oh, you have tendonitis. Well, here, I broke my kneecap. So all these years, all my knee pain and my arthritis from tendonitis, finally a piece moved in September. My knee started swelling and I had a loose piece of bone between my kneecap and the groove. So, ouch. They went in and took out my broken pieces of my kneecap, about as big as my pinky finger, which was also broken in half. The goal is, after shaving down my arthritis, I'm missing 2/3 of the cartilage in that part of my knee, is to make me feel better so that I can potentially have a partial knee replacement later. So that's modern medicine. I'm working on PRP injections and possibly stem cell here in the future in the next couple months after I've healed up a little more.
Now, after you feel better,
yeah.
Is there any more plans to compete?
I intend to compete again. I can still do like exercises. I'm still working glutes and hammies. It's just difficult to work quads right now.
One thing I do want to bring up is working around injuries.
Oh, okay.
You can't do quads right now.
Right.
Do you do anything for legs?
I can do some crazy plank exercises that my physical therapist gave me that I really wanted to scoff at, because we're so used to moving weight and doing large movements that sometimes little movements seem like they're nothing, but of course physical therapists know how to make it difficult. So there's some side planks. I actually posted some on my Facebook with some videos, some weird frog leg planks, which don't feel good on the inside of your knees, but really work your medial thighs, just in a static position, and core at the same time. Stiff-legged deadlifts, I'm still doing those, as well as single stiff-legged deadlifts, just lighter weight and really concentrate on my medial thigh. And then as far as next up, I have to start working on helping my kneecap to track appropriately.
Yeah.
So I have to work on my vastus medialis, in other words the teardrop for us gym folk, to help pull my kneecap towards the middle of my leg.
This meathead understands teardrop.
Teardrops.
The other question I have for her is, women have this tendency to feel that weights are going to make them bulky. Can you please tell the women out there that just hit cardio how important weightlifting is?
There are ways to utilize weights to accentuate your features and create it's not an illusion, but to help accentuate your taper, make your waist look smaller if your shoulders are a little bit broader without being bulky, help your glutes kind of round out, make you more voluptuous by simply adding some muscle mass in the right places. And on top of that, if you do it correctly, you're supporting your bone structure, you're helping with bone density to help prevent problems later in life. You just need to train smart. And if you don't know how to train, you're afraid of looking stupid, there are so many websites that help show you how to do exercises appropriately. And as embarrassing as it is, look in the mirror and make sure it looks like you're doing it right. And if you don't know it, it's worth the money to pay for a good trainer. Our bodies are too important. We only have one body. Granted, they can give us some fake parts, but we only have one body, so we need to take care of it. So if you aren't sure, it's worth investing in a good trainer.
You mentioned that it was an illusion. Now, bodybuilding, first and foremost, is an illusion on everything you do. The bigger your shoulders, the rounder your shoulders, and the narrower your waist, the bigger you're going to look.
Yeah.
Okay. Women have this tendency to feel if they're going to grab a weight, they're going to get bulky. But that's like me putting a basketball in my hand and all of a sudden I'm like fucking Jordan.
No, yeah. So, I mean, it took me, okay, this is not my best physique, but it took me 7 years to build up muscle. And I looked my best a year and a half ago, and that was working out 5 and 6 days a week, heavy weights, really concentrating, eating very well. That was by no mistake. That was working 10, 11, 12 hours, then going to the gym, making sure I ate right, didn't always get my sleep, which actually is just as, if not more important. And training weights 3, 4, even 5 days a week. If you're not training heavy and eating appropriately, you're not going to grow the way people think that you are.
But you made it a priority. So when you made fitness a priority, how many opportunities has this industry given you?
The most important thing is making good friends and meeting positive people.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I think that it's a very, here's another thing. So I have 2 children that are 16 now and 21. And I think it's a good example to show them how to eat right, take care of their bodies. It doesn't mean they always listen, but you're setting an example, and always remember that. But it also provides opportunities, and I work for a joint supplement company. Do that. I work at the Olympia and the Arnold. So if anything, it helps provide me opportunity to meet more people within fitness. And the most inspiring thing to me has been when I've competed is I take the time. Everybody's done their work outside of competing. So when you go
It's like a pageant, and to me, my experience in competing has been very positive. They were smaller local shows at first. I'm still in touch with most of the women that I competed with. Some of them are pros now, some of them aren't. They always have time to talk with me. If I follow their posts, we're lifting each other up. That they're not talking bad about people. Like, so when you see that, I think that's inspiring when you see that other people are trying and lifting each other up. So to me, that's the most important thing I've brought home from becoming a part of the fitness industry.
You feel free to be able to say what kind of what joint company you work for.
Okay, the joint supplement company is GLC Direct, glcdirect.com, and they're out of Lexington, Kentucky. And they originally made their joint supplements for racehorses, and the jockeys were so impressed. Here's my uber nerd. They do have joint force plate studies for racehorses that show that the joint supplements are more effective than intra-articular, meaning joint injections. By doing all that and seeing that the racehorses do better, and you know how much some of our competitive horses cost in their care and how much money that means to their owners, that the jockeys were like, hey, we want some of that, because they all have jacked up backs. So we had one in particular, a pretty famous jockey that came out of retirement, was able to compete again just from the joint supplements.
One good thing is about working with Robert DiMaggio and IronMag Labs is he gives me a lot of freedom. So I can be me at all times. So if I want to plug Roughhouse TV, my secondary channel, I can do that. If I want to plug American Muscle, I can do that. So you can feel free to plug everything, because I'm going to drop all the links on the bottom. I'm not sure about IronMag Labs unless Christian does it, because he gets my video. But all the information is definitely going to be on American Muscle. So guys, follow her. She's going to the Arnold, right?
Yeah, I'll be there at our booth. I don't know the number yet.
Don't know the number yet, but that's okay. Follow her on Instagram. Again, I'm going to put all her information on the bottom. Feel free to follow her. This is somebody that I met through the Olympia and is actually a really good friend. I enjoy her company. She's down to earth, always positive. Her son Tristan reminds me of my son Aiden. I absolutely adore him. We're all on the same nerd level, so that's the best part. So, did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
We're going to do more. We're going to get you, whenever you decide to compete, we're going to do this all over again.
When I actually have muscles.
You do have muscle. Muscles. But when you're feeling ready and you're ready to go, we'll do another interview and get you all pumped up and going, because there's nothing better than accountability.
That's true.
Right?
That's what I need right now.
So let's do this. So again, thank you. I really appreciate you, always. And I appreciate your son for coming out. And this is Dave Goy saying, eat clean, train dirty, trust the process, stay superhero strong. And we out of this bit.
Because of that, it's not because of money. Works in my blood and I kill because I'm hungry.